It's Christmas time, and today we are talking about the Seattle Sounders Christmas transfer target wish list. That's what we're talking about in today's video. I know everybody here in the live is like, when is this going to start? Why have you guys not started? We're here. We're talking about it. So we made this post on Instagram today where we just asked everybody what is a players that they would be wanting to see the Sounders sign as their wish list, because tomorrow is Christmas. And for everybody that celebrates Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't, happy holidays. Enjoy the day off, because I know I'm going to enjoy the day off. And yeah, so we're just going to jump straight into it. Brody and I are just going to react to some of the players that you guys brought up, and then me and him are going to bring up our own one realistic signing we want to see us make, like just AKB anybody. One semi, like in the middle, kind of realistic, kind of unrealistic, and one unrealistic signing that we feel like would be so helpful for the team, but it's unrealistic. It probably won't happen. And yes, this is the Napoli Diego Maradona Christmas sweater. I'm happy out for you all. Damn, Brody, is it your birthday today?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was like a third kid or something, if I'm being honest. I thought that was like some random year from like 1996 Italian third kid.
No, it's just a Christmas sweater.
Ah,
But someone said happy birthday to you.
happy birthday, but thanks. It's not my birthday, but I'll take it, I guess. I'll take a Christmas
Um,
present. A
Yes,
birthday
welcome
present on
everyone
Christmas.
that is just hopping into the live. Okay, so let's get started with some of the comments, and then as well we posted on our Instagram story. Me personally, I want probably like new shoes. That's crazy. That's not a player. Someone right off the bat, Brody, isn't this one nice? New GM. I think we gotta like
Yeah,
that one.
I agree.
Okay, so that one we agree with. That's a good one.
I
Someone
agree
then
with
said,
Rodri also.
yeah,
I love
someone said
Rodri.
Santiago Jimenez. Probably not gonna happen.
Absolutely not.
Oh, and
Don't even want him.
McAllister.
Mac House. Guys, we're not at the unrealistic part yet. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
know,
Let's
not
let's
yet, but
get
that
there.
that that would fall under that category. Next one, someone said Rodri. That Brody jumped straight to Ballon d'Or winner Rodri.
Deserved, by the way.
This one's an interesting one, Johnny Russell, because that is kind of realistic. Because he's a free agent now. Sporting Kansas City didn't renew him.
Yeah, but I'm
What
not
would you?
like wishing for like I'm not asking for Johnny Russell on my wish list. You know what I mean?
But what
What
what would your thoughts be on that?
I mean, it's just kind of for me. It's in the same tier of like a Areola, just like an MLS veteran guy.
But the thing
Like
is, I
I
will
don't hate
say,
it, but
I was gonna add, I do agree with you. But I do think it's better than Areola.
yeah, I mean, if it just depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for like a depth attacker, then yes. If you're looking for just depth, like versatile guy, then I'd rather have Areola. But
The
it's in the same tier.
Same
So
pool. Yeah, exactly. Same
yeah,
pool. I totally agree. And then as well, I want to add it would be nice to get Russell because he's more of like a pure winger. Like when you think about our wingers, we don't have that many like pure wingers, like actual guys that take on players, cut to their left or right foot, take shots. Like those are the type of modern day wingers, and that's what Johnny Russell is. Problem is we're not quite on the better side of age with him, so this guy said Areola under Tam, Ferreira for under DP, some nice flashy strikers. So someone in their wish list just wants the moves that have been rumored to actually happen.
mm,
Yeah, I don't know
okay,
about that one, Chief.
yeah. Again, another move that I'm not like wishing for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
This is
these
like
these
guys.
should not
This is like the Xbox, the PlayStations,
PlayStations.
the
We're asking for
PC. You know what I
dude
mean,
no
guys?
dude no, we're asking for we're
You guys are
asking
asking
for
for underwear and like toothbrushes and
socks.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Socks.
That's just the kind of stuff you get. You know, you don't wish for that. You just get it.
Yeah.
This is like go big or go home, guys. You know
Precisely.
what I mean?
Everyone that
Yeah.
is in the stream, welcome. I see already some people uh in the chat talking about players. Someone saying, "Get rid of Morris." Oh boy, do we have something we got to talk about in today's stream with the breaking news about the whole
Oh,
Jordan Morris and this whole DP thing that's going on. But we'll talk. We'll save that
how
for
do I
the
tell this
end.
guy?
Yeah, who's gonna break the news to him? Next one, Griezmann. Obviously, that's the main cover photo. That's what I'm wishing for Christmas. Antoine Griezmann, but
Who is it,
we
man?
yeah, who doesn't? We talked a little bit about it in the video that just dropped a couple days ago about Griezmann. You guys can just watch that if you want our thoughts on it. Dybala, that's an interesting one because honestly, I don't even think Dybala's super unrealistic. I would say because he's getting older. There's kind of always been flirty rumors. Will he end up leaving Roma? Will he not? He was close to going to Saudi, I want to say, at
What's
the
his
end of.
transfer market value right now?
That's a good question. Let's look it up.
That's really the deciding thing.
But
Or
I
if
don't
we,
think he's out of the realm of like, I think he's no more than 15 mil.
yeah,
8
I think
million. 8 million euros. Or yeah, 8 million
really.
euros.
Okay, I mean then yeah, at that point, yeah, it'd be somewhat
I think it's
realistic
kind of in
price
that
wise.
tweener category in between.
Yeah,
But it's not a bad shout because he can play striker, he can play cam, he can play winger. It's kind
yeah,
of he kind of ticks off the boxes. Big shout out to Gale underscore G because that's right. I think that's a good
mhm,
shout. Okay,
yeah,
next one is Giroud, Ramos, and Ezequiel Barco. I think he meant Ezequiel Barco, but yes.
yeah,
Barco is a former MLS player with Atlanta.
yeah. I would take Barco. Maybe not Giroud though.
He plays for LAFC, yeah. Sergio
Yeah,
Ramos? Or is he talking about Concalvo Ramos? I think it's Sergio,
yeah,
probably.
yeah, probably.
Would you take
Yeah,
Sergio Ramos?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Someone just said sign a new DP.
Just
But that's a
anybody,
bit vague. Anybody. I'll take anybody.
anybody, man. Well, we might have a new DP as we'll get to later in the episode, later in the live
Griezmann.
stream.
Yeah, Griezmann. This is not bad. So Rafael Varane, we can't get him. He's retired now. I don't think someone missed the news. Martial and Griezmann. Martial's an interesting one. Plays currently at AK Athens in Greece.
Yeah, I remember talking about him with my friend when he was a free agent as a potential signing. But he feels like a guy that's like a potential like Douglas
NYCFC.
Costa.
Yeah, no, he seems like an
Yeah.
NYCFC 2016 type signing.
He seems like one of those guys that might just come here and just not care, not
Yeah.
try or anything.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
what I'm worried
I
about.
totally agree. Like if he wasn't going to try at United, why would he try here?
He might get
And
like a little like tiny injury and then stay out for like 5 weeks. You know what I mean?
Paul Pogba, not super unrealistic, you could say, because he's a free agent, and there's probably not going to be that many suitors for him after his whole little scandal.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, of course, man. Of course, I'd take Paul Pogba because at least it's like even if maybe he's not going to be the best player in the MLS now, but
But he would
he'll
think about
still
it. He
be
would take
quality.
up probably a DP deal. I mean, you could pull a bail and somehow get him on a TAM, but
I
let's
don't
say
think we
it's in
got the
that realm.
facilities for that, man. I don't think we got the facilities for that.
This one's a long one, but that's the end of here. I'm going to have to pull out my phone to check out the questions that were posted on the story quickly and see if there's anything different from the comments. So bear with me for 1 second. Okay, let's see what everybody said on here. All right, another one was new GM. Funny. Richard Sanchez. God knows who that is. Someone said Mario Götze.
Nah,
No, I don't think so
it
either.
feels like a worse Royce. You know what I mean?
No, seriously. It's like the C-Tech
Yeah,
Royce.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm okay.
Someone said Moises Keane.
Feels like we probably wouldn't be able to pull that off.
I know, but what would you think if we could get him? Let's say,
Oh,
would that
I
be a
mean,
good signing?
for sure.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Another
absolutely.
person said Dybala. Okay.
Type of-
Dennis Bouanga.
That would be ideal, man. That would be ideal.
That
You
was
already know
super
he's
ideal.
MLS. You already know he's MLS MVP tier, and you take him off of one of your biggest
Arrival.
rivals.
Yeah.
Huge. That's why I wanted. I was talking about when there was like some sort of dilemma with Evander, I was like, we could do the
We
funniest
could
thing of
take
all
him.
time here.
Would you take Evander?
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure. Because
no
especially it
question.
means where Snack goes, and then we could just slot Evander right in,
Dude, that would be
unless you
so
have a better
ideal.
player. Yeah,
So
that'd be
ideal.
huge. Be huge.
No, another interesting one, Nicholas Jackson.
I
Super
mean,
unrealistic. Would not happen.
absolutely. That's like even for like the unrealistic ones. I was thinking of players that were like sort of realistic, but just circumstance wise, we wouldn't get them. Because like I'm not gonna say, oh, I want Mbappe. It's like, yeah, I mean,
That's
duh.
super. Yeah, it's like on different planet, unrealistic.
I mean, Nico Jackson is still on a different planet. He's starting for
Yeah.
Chelsea, banging in goals. So, yeah.
Ben Yedder, who I think we can't even get because I think he's fighting a case now.
Is he?
I think so. So
Okay.
wouldn't be
Well,
an option. Next one is Miguel Almiron, who is apparently heavily linked to Charlotte FC.
yeah. Yeah, I
What if
think
we
Miggy
swoop
would
in
be
for that?
perfect. I think Miggy would be perfect for just the team setup that we have now. Because the way it looks is that we're gonna just roll Morris out up top, unfortunately, and then you have Almiron, who would be like a good. He could play the 10. He could play out wide. Like he'd be class. I would put a DP spot for him. I think.
This one is interesting. So this is the Furuhashi who plays for Celtic. I believe today
Yeah.
was rumored with Atlanta United. I think Transfermark just posted about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that much about him. I don't think he starts for Japan, but he is a good player. Someone said, "Let's get Obafemi Marins." 10 years too late on that one.
I mean, just saying, man. You never know. Maybe he decides to. He's got to be retired, right?
Yeah, he is long retired.
Yeah.
Long retired.
Well,
What would your
speaking of
thoughts?
Nigerian strikers, man, I'm just saying we'll get onto it later in the live, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I got somebody.
Rashford. He's out on United. You think he's going to take a huge downgrade and join the
Rash
Sounders?
Rashford feels like he'd be like an LA Galaxy like
A hundred
star
percent.
superstar guy. You know what I mean? I
This
don't
is
think he'd
this
leave
one's
the
a good.
MLS.
This is a good one. Jota, who used to play for Celtic, or I think does. He went back to Celtic, went to the Saudi league, the Portuguese winger, not the one at
Yeah,
Liverpool, the
yeah,
one
yeah,
that has
yeah.
that dirt nasty song that was made about him.
Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah.
Do you think that's a plausible one?
Um, I mean, I would say I would put that in probably the 50-50, just because I think we could afford him, couldn't we? I
Yeah,
don't
we
know what his
probably.
transfer market value is.
I don't think it's at a high compared to when he left for Saudi, but I don't think
Because yeah,
it's.
I knew it was high at that time, but I don't
Yeah,
know how much what it is right now. If it's anything over like 12 million, it's probably pretty unrealistic with our owner.
current
So
budget.
yeah,
Okay, this is the last one, and then we're gonna get into ours because someone else DM'd me about this. James Rodriguez currently, I believe, plays in La Liga.
hmm
What do you think? I know you'd like this because you like
I
James.
would like it because like I said, any 10 DP that you get means where's next probably gonna go. So there's that, and
It's
then
an upgrade.
also he's just levels above, I think, and then he wouldn't really. I don't think we'd be tied to him for that long. We wouldn't have to pay. Sure, we'd pay him a lot of money, but it'd be for like
2
2 years
years.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would absolutely take that all day.
Apparently, James is linked to Club America. This is move to who's he playing for? Real Vallecano. I
I'm
could
not
be
sure.
wrong, but
I'm not sure. To be honest, the last time I
yeah,
heard of
Vallecano.
him, he was in the Serie A for Brazil.
Okay, so we got some good shouts. You guys can keep rolling in more, but Brody, let's give the floor to you. What do
Okay.
you want? So everybody remember the rules here. One realistic, one semi-realistic, and one unrealistic one. He gets 3 slots, just like in the graphic here.
Okay. So are we gonna like pull up the guys on the screen
We
while we
can. I
talk
can
about
pull
them?
them up. Yeah, you tell
Okay.
me, and then I'll pull them up.
Because if I'm being honest, I had the notes on my phone, so the names I might mispronounce, but Yeah, if we could pull him up, that would actually be good.
Okay, do you want
Because
to I was going to say type him in the private chat, but you can't with your phone. You're just going to have to say it and then I'll type it up after you say his name.
well, I know what teams they play for. So if you like went to the team, I could like see the
Okay,
player.
we're really going to tease all of us and have to go through okay, what's the first one?
So are we doing like the realistic ones first?
Brody, just do whatever you want, man.
Okay. Well, I'll start with this guy because I was the most excited to talk about him. I was texting you about him earlier, but he
Okay.
plays for Genk in
Okay,
the
one
Belgian
sec.
Pro League.
Okay.
Isn't he's from Nigeria,
Okay.
just like the great Obafemi Martins.
Okay, let me pull this up. Give
Uh,
me 1 second. All right, here you go. Share this tab. Let me zoom in the screen a bit more. That's good. Nice and blown up. And I'm assuming he's a forward.
It's a striker, pure number 9, number 99, I think.
Here he
His name
is.
is Big Tolu. Big Tolu, man. I love this guy. Love this
Tolu
guy.
Orakadore.
Yeah. So he's a pure number 9. And since this was the realistic section, I'm thinking, okay, given what's likely going to happen with our team, like what's a signing that could help the team that we got now? And
Okay.
I think it's pretty much certain we're gonna keep Albert Rusnak. And what's Albert Rusnak very good at? Crossing set pieces, right? This dude is like imagine prime Brandon Vasquez, but like 6'6", and I think probably younger. He's 24. Tolu's
Yep.
24.
Yep.
Yeah, this guy, man, he's valued at
It's
what,
kind of
9
it's
million?
just like what's his face? Painsil. He came from Genk, I believe.
Yeah, so that's why I was looking at leagues. I was thinking like what leagues translate well to the MLS, and there's been a
Dutch
few Belgian
league,
Pro League
Belgian
guys.
pro leagues. Yeah, those are
Exactly,
good.
yeah. But this guy, man, if we're just wanting goals, I'm thinking like let's get a goal scorer, man. Let's get a guy that's gonna put up 20 goals, and this guy's gonna do it, man. He's first of all, like I said, 6'6". He wins everything in the air, man. Literally everything in the air. It would be perfect for Rusnak, to be honest. Like and he's good with both feet, unlike other number 9s that we have that we know and love. Very good with both feet. He's not for being as big as he is. He's pretty athletic. Like I wouldn't
He's
say
pretty agile.
I wouldn't say he's got like insane speed, but like he's not a statue. He can move. So that's what I like about him. Um,
This
and
season, dude, he's got good numbers. 11
exactly,
goals,
yeah.
5 assists, and 19. That's clinical. That's your like your word. That's your go-to in clinical.
That's what I'm saying. This guy puts the ball in the back of the net. That's what we're missing. Guys that just put the ball in the back of the net. And if we can generate as many chances like as Jordan Morris got, but with this guy, dude, he's gonna score 20 plus.
25
No
goals. Yeah,
doubt in my mind.
easy.
Yeah, he's very, very good. And for a big guy, he's really solid in build up in my opinion too. So that helps a
Yep.
lot. Team that likes to keep possession like us. So
Okay.
this was my favorite by
Okay.
far, I think, of the
Let's go to
realistic.
next. So that's your realistic one, everyone. Give everyone grade Brody's. How does everyone feel about Big Man Tolu from Nigeria?
If you like goals, it should be an easy A.
Bro, I love how you're
Easy A.
trying to sell this to the chat. It's like the chat would be like, we would take anybody. You got to sell this to Craig Weibel. We need you to put like a PowerPoint documentary.
Craig Weibel,
Why?
if you're watching right now, okay.
Okay.
This isn't my job to scout players. It's not my job, but I took a lot of time out of my day to look at players, look at a reasonable price budget. We have the money. I know we have the money to make this happen. So
Oh,
don't tell me we don't have the
100%.
money to make this happen. We could probably pay. We could get away with like 10 mil plus add-ons probably, and
Easy.
bring this guy here. I said we're gonna hold you to your word, Craig, because in the post-season conference, press conference, you're saying we want to better ourselves in every position. He's better than our number 9 right now. So let's just
Think
let's do
about
it,
it.
Craig. Come on,
So
man.
everyone's saying 8 out of 10, A minus. Yes. Not even a rating. Just yes.
Yes.
Yes. Someone said a solid 7.878. So let's just say a 7.9 out of 10,
All right.
9.57 out of 10, A minus. Someone said this isn't a Weibel type striker. A Weibel striker is a washed MLS striker that had at least has at least 29 years old.
See, that's what I mean. Like, okay, so when we were thinking realistic, I'm thinking like, okay, price wise, like
Yes,
this is like a realistic like key marquee signing of
yes,
a window.
yes.
That's what I was going like. Will he do it? If it's based off of that, then it's not realistic. But I was
Okay,
looking at just the prices, you know.
who's the next squad?
The next one,
Yep.
the next one for me, I'm gonna go with the unrealistic. I think.
Okay, you're jumping all the way to the
Yeah.
top.
I have actually two guys I want to talk about if that's okay.
Okay. Okay, give me just the first team so I can start looking them up at least.
I'm not gonna make you look this one up. You know these two players already.
Okay.
Uh, we have no chance of getting this guy at all.
Okay.
But I love this guy far more than I even love Big Tolu over here. And I love Tolu a lot. He plays for Columbus Crew. You guys all
Oh,
probably
okay.
know him. Cucho Hernandez.
I'll
Man,
pull
if
him
I
up.
could just sign anybody, I wouldn't even want to sign. I wouldn't even want to make the league unfair and sign Mbappe. I would sign Cucho, man. He's just everything you want in a nine, bro. He's quick. He's good on the ball. Good in possession. Can finish. Both feet. Good in the air. Like this guy, what does he not have as a striker, man?
I mean, geez, look at those stats, man.
He's so good. He's so good. Yeah, if
Valued
I had
at
a
he's valued 2 times over Tolu though.
yeah, no, it's completely unrealistic, but like
Yeah,
man,
again, guys, this is Brody's unrealistic signing.
this would be awesome.
Yes.
This would be so good. Like I mean, I don't know how many better strikers in MLS history there have been, to be
He's
honest,
kind of
maybe a
like a
handful.
more polished version of Oba, in my opinion. Like he's more of what he's Oba and then some. That's how I look at
Yeah.
Cucho.
Yeah, and he's young, man. He's only gonna get better.
Yep.
Only gonna get better. Yeah. If we
Uh,
made that signing when it first happened, oh, oh man.
but that's like so to go off of kind of like your logic when you think about Cucho as a player, he was just kind of like this like mid player for Watford, just kind of like this mid guy in the Premier League, like what 5 or 6 goals in one season. Bring him
Yeah.
over, bam, instant league MVP.
That's dude, I talk to my friends about this all the time. It's not like it's impossible to find these guys.
No, they're
These kind
everywhere.
of guys. They're everywhere, man. They're everywhere.
Like Peck wasn't one of the top rated players in Brazil. He was
No.
a good player in Brazil for Vasta Game,
Yeah,
and
exactly. One of the best players in the league was a Barcelona reject, Wonder Kid reject. So, like these guys are anywhere. And Bouanga played on like a League
League
Two
Two,
side.
the second division of France.
Yeah, I was looking at guys. That's the crazy thing, man. I was looking at guys in League One, and I'm like, I could probably find a guy in League Two, and he would probably do bits in MLS. To be honest, like
Okay,
they're
next
everywhere.
player. Next player.
This guy, some refer to him as the American Dream.
Oh God,
Uh, Listen,
Freddie
pretty
Adu.
unrealistic, but if you guys don't want Albert Rusnak anymore and you want, a good, potentially maybe not world class talent, but maybe the tier beneath, man, give me Gio Reyna,
Oh my God.
give me Gio Reyna.
Holy macaroni. Okay, I'm pulling him up.
Which technically, only because of his talent, I think it's unrealistic. But given his situation, like young kid, not hasn't really broken in with Dortmund because of his injuries and stuff. So it's not like we could never ever get him, or no MLS team could ever get him. But I just don't think obviously he would go to the MLS. But man, if I could just put him in our 10 spot, man, just oh my gosh.
The thing is, I want to add to what you said, Brody, because MLS Moves did a video talking about Gio Reyna. He got a little bit of heat for it, but it really wasn't a bad move because obviously there's been the speculations will Reyna go to MLS? he made a good suggestion of being like, if a team's willing to go in for him for a 6-month loan during the offseason so he can get fit, get regular playing time, build his confidence up, he suggested the LA Galaxy would be a good fit for him. Why not the Sounders be one of the teams to be like, dude, we'll take you for 6 months. That's going to be a big help for us in this long, turbulent season we're going to have. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's far-fetched, but it's like there's already been speculation that he might want to come to MLS just so he can get consistent game time, so he can get back in form and get back to being the guy. I don't think it's a permanent move, but it's just kind of like one step back to take 2 steps forward.
Yeah. I'm not sure what his wages are like. I think that would be the biggest hang up for us is how much of his wages we have to pay. Like I can't see Hanauer wanting to do that, to be honest, but like I mean a lot of USMNT fans aren't gonna want Gio Reyna anywhere near the MLS.
No.
But with it's not like it's not the same. Like he's been yeah, a couple years ago Gio Reyna was like when he played, when he got chances, he was absolutely quality and he still is quality, but it's not the same. Like a move to a lesser league doesn't even have to be MLS, but a move down to a lesser league even if it's on loan, is not like unrealistic at that point.
Okay.
But yeah,
Who's your last player?
my last player, this is like the 50-50. He
Yep.
plays for Tigres.
Okay, one
He,
sec.
I forget his name, man.
Someone was suggesting Marcelo Flores earlier.
Yeah,
He's a forward?
he's an attacking midfielder. He came from Santos Laguna. He's Argentine.
Here you go. Juan Brunetta?
Yes, this guy.
All right.
This guy. The reason why I think it's somewhat realistic is because we've seen us sign the best of the best from MAQs before, and it turned
Okay.
out very, very well for us. And this guy tears up the
Oh,
MAQs, man.
apparently he's going to a team in Brazil. Uh,
He is?
apparently that's what Granhino is saying. But again, just continue. Just continue what you're saying.
I didn't even see any of that because he transferred to. That's why I say it's somewhat unrealistic because he just transferred to Tigres at this beginning of
Okay, so
the
then
year.
maybe not. Maybe he's just. But yeah, well, the Tigres fan himself says Brunetta is good.
He's very good. Yes, very good. The reason why, so he actually I think year ago or season ago, he was with Santos. So it's not like completely unrealistic for him to swap clubs again after just a year. But this guy, man, he's so good. He's so good. When you talk about a dynamic 10 who can just do everything, super technical, can beat players, can provide goals, assists, and just overall be an engine of an offense, dude. This guy, man, he'd be a dream signing.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
kind of like you think he could be like a Ladero regen.
yeah, something like that. I mean, I haven't seen enough of him to compare their play styles exactly, but yeah, this guy, he's a top player, man. He's really good. You should look up a year ago his Santos season. I don't
His
know if it tells
stats.
you
Okay,
stats
here you go. Yeah, you can. All seasons.
for them for that stretch of games for them. He played like
Here you go.
18.
So you said Santos Laguna.
Yeah, this was a year ago, I think.
Here you go. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
he's really
yeah.
good.
40
Yeah,
goal contributions, let's say, in 56 games. That's really good for a 10.
yeah. So and then from what I saw on that site, he went for about 5.5 million to Tigres.
Yeah.
I'd pay double. I'd pay 10 million to get this guy, man. To be honest, because for them to just have signed him and then to let him go so soon, you'd have to pay, you know, around that price for it to be worth it for them. But I think I would pay that, man, because I think he's gonna put. I think he would put up uh, close to MLS MVP numbers and just let alone the numbers, but just like when you watch them play, I think he would just be a great impact. Like he won't ghost in big games. He won't be like seem like a non-factor. Like you're not gonna watch the game for 60 minutes and be like, "Where is Brunetta, man? Where is he?" You know, he'll always be involved. So at the very
All right,
least,
cool.
yep.
Now moving on to mine. We're going to rapid fire through mine because we only want to stream for like 15 more minutes. We want to get through your guys's what you guys have to say as well. So first one, Bam. Christian Ramirez. So this is
Christian
more of
Ramirez.
like a instead of like getting your Musovskis, Eberts, this guy is proven to be the Superman off the bench for a team. Like he's
Yeah.
done it. He did it for Columbus. He's the biggest reason why they won MLS Cup. Still did it last season in their playoff run. That yes, they didn't go far, but he was the reason they were still in the playoff game against the Red Bulls because he came on, scored, was a clutch player for them. There you
Mhm.
go. Taco Kid said this is realistic for a while.
Yeah.
But
But
see, but this
at
is
least I was gonna say out of like the old veteran MLS strikers, I would take him above
oh
like
no
many of them
question,
for sure. So
100%.
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
And we already talked about this guy. Uh the funny business, a funny thing. I've been on this guy since day one.
That's true.
Brody
That's
knows
true.
this. Brody
I can
knows I've
attest
been
to it,
on
man.
day one with Evander. Even when people
Yeah.
didn't think he was going to be good, I said, dude, this guy is so good.
hmm
Literally just dragged an eighth place Portland team to like he had an MVP caliber season. Like, I don't know what else to tell you.
I can attest to it, man. I remember when they first got him. I'm like, dude, why do you keep talking about Portland's TV so much, man? Like, stop.
But he's already proven he doesn't even need that good of pieces around him
Nope.
to get him. Like, I mean, to be a good player in this league. Like,
Yeah.
oh, people Wade's saying I'm gonna throw up. There's no way you would not want
Take away the
Evander.
crest. Take
Take
away the
away.
crest.
He
Look at
doesn't
the
even play
player.
for them anymore. He doesn't even play for them anymore. Ignore that.
But also look at the fact how sweet would it be to take their best player and someone who's like one of the was he an MVP candidate? His
Yeah, he
stats were
was.
definitely up there. Whether or
Oh,
not he
dude.
actually got the votes, his stats were like near MVP level.
Though it is
So,
MVP level. Like,
but
are
to
you
take
kidding
him
me?
from Portland, that's huge. I will absolutely love that, man. Absolutely.
I will say this is a good point. Brazilians don't do good at the Sounders. Only JP. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good
but
point.
okay, but at the same time though, like when you get a player of this caliber, it's different.
That's
Like
great.
for
Someone
example,
said
the Brazilians that came were like Tomas, Leo Chu, like these guys that were, young
super high
and
risk.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Did you see this comment from Davi? Taking Evander to Seattle would be like Figo from Barca or Madrid.
yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. That's what I would want, man. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
that would be crazy. But okay,
Generational.
next one. Here's my bias coming into play. It's super not even unrealistic. Ali Golizadeh. So if you guys watched at the recent World Cup, I think he was by far one of Iran's best players. And the way he's able to change games with how good he is with his footwork, he's doing pretty decently well. He's having a resurgence this year in Poland. Got 3 goals, 3 assists. Hasn't really started that many games. He's only started 33% of their games. Doesn't play full 90s that often. But when he does play, he gets goals. He's been getting assists. He's cheap, low risk, high reward. This is another player I would say.
Oh, what is
But
position does he play? Winger?
he's a winger,
Yeah.
a position I would kill for us to have. He's a right winger too. The one spot that I think is gonna be just watch his highlights. This one is more of like an eye test thing. Everyone watch Golizadeh's highlights. This guy was good. He was nutmegging Anthony Robinson, the guy that everyone's saying is the best Premier League left back for fun in the World Cup. Like this guy was great.
Yeah.
So yeah, his dribbling, his technique, fantastic. But of course, the man that I want to see come to Seattle, which I think can happen regardless if people agree or disagree with the take. I'm pulling him up right now. You all might know who it is.
I'm pretty sure. Yep. Yep.
Come on, we can do this. We can do this.
I will say, out of all of like the top guys that come to the MLS, this seems like the most realistic guy that we could land, to be honest.
We can make this happen. He wants to come to MLS. Don't let LAFC. If LAFC gets him over us, that's criminal.
That would be sad. Yeah. That would be terrible. But like I said, like think of any of like the upper echelons players of a generation that come to MLS. I think he's the best
Bet.
chance that we could actually get of getting one of these guys.
I feel bad because
We gotta
it's
get
funny.
Julio Rodriguez on the phone, man.
I
Yeah,
feel bad.
exactly. Some guy brought it up, Julio.
Some people don't believe this is possible. It's like we're living in La La Land.
I mean, it's
That's how down
unrealistic.
bad we have gone. That's how down bad mentally
It's
Saturday.
unrealistic, but out of all the unrealistic, like I said, the superstar of a generation, older guys that come down, this is the most likely that we would get, to be
But again,
honest.
guys, remember these were supposed to be realistic, somewhat unrealistic, then unrealistic. There you go. You got have a little bit of fun here, Jax. Like have a little bit of fun here.
Yeah, I mean, you could see it's not a lot, but you can see like some sort of glimpse of a pathway for him
Yep,
to come here, you know. When does his
I
contract
100%.
expire? It's coming up
I think
soon,
it's
isn't it?
this year. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a way I can see it here on Transfer Mark.
yeah.
Uh,
I mean, dude, talk about putting butts back in the seats. This is
oh,
how you do
dude,
it.
that is how
This is
you
how you
do
do it
it.
right here. Not
Yeah,
only are you getting Sounders fans, but you're getting casual people
100%.
that will come to Seattle to just watch him play. You wouldn't have to pay a fee for him if he's free. Hey, Adrian, wake up, buddy.
Okay, cool. So that's everyone we would say. You guys got to start letting us know what kind of signings do you want to see. I know Bill Nye keeps saying Armando Broya, which isn't a bad shout, but I think he's too young, and I don't think his ambition would be to come to MLS. But I don't
Yeah,
mind that.
yeah. If it's gonna be a young guy, it's gotta be a guy from like a slightly lower league, I think.
What do you think about this? You're the City fan.
I mean, I adore Kevin De Bruyne, so absolutely,
But there has
that's
been
me.
rumors that he's interested coming to the league. That's like legit things that have been spoken
Yeah, I
about.
saw him linked. He was linked to like not even one of the LA teams. It was like San Diego, maybe.
Yeah, I
He
think
was
so.
linked
Yeah,
to.
I heard about that too.
So if those have any truth, that just shows you that he's not like specifically looking for an LA or a Miami, you know. So I mean, I would love it, man. I hope so.
Do you think we could pull something like that off? Not thinking about like Craig or anything. Let's just thinking normal Sounders team. Could they pull off a signing like Kevin De Bruyne?
Probably not, to be honest. Probably
Pain,
not.
pain.
Yeah, I'm being dude. I wish I had a better answer, man. But it's just at the end of the day, probably not. Yeah,
I know this one's already been mentioned. Marcelo Flores. I wouldn't want Marcelo Flores. No offense. I don't rate him.
yeah. You don't rate him?
No.
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
Taco Kid nose straight to my heart. Taremi
Taremi,
for
I
this.
thought you were gonna pull up Taremi. Pull up Taremi on Transfer Market real quick.
Okay, let's do it. I mean, he would be pretty cheap.
That's what I'm
Uh,
saying. And you know
proven.
he'd bag goals. He would
Oh,
bag goals easily for
yeah.
sure.
Obviously, I would kill. I mean, he's gonna come play in Seattle in the Club World
Show
Cup.
him love. We gotta get something set up for him. Get a tifo for him. Come to Seattle. Maybe Taremi.
I'm gonna have to do some. Do I have to do the agent work for Craig? Do I have to talk to him
Yes,
and tell him to come here?
absolutely.
Do I have to
Yeah,
do God's work?
you would have to be the guy that brings him here. To be honest.
It's funny because his old agent DM'd me a couple months ago, funnily enough. So maybe I just gotta when I get the chance to talk to him, maybe that's what's gonna have to happen.
Do it. Do it.
Someone said Hazalu. That's not actually a bad shout.
Yeah.
What do we think of that, everybody? Hazalu. I don't know where does Hazalu play right now.
How he's on
I'm
the
pulling it up. Oh, dude, he's playing in Qatar. How's he doing? He's doing okay. He's doing good in the Qatari Star League for El Garafa. Funnily enough, the former team of Taremi. He used to play for this team.
really okay.
Yeah.
How old is he?
He is 34. I don't know about this one. This
Yeah,
one's bad.
I think I pat. If I'm getting a 34-year-old, it better be Antoine Griezmann then,
Yeah,
or Kevin
exactly.
De Bruyne.
Yeah. Oscar is an interesting one. Oscar. Obviously, I had used
Oscar,
to have fond memories of Oscar.
Oscar, the lone goal scorer in the 7-1. I'm pretty sure, right?
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah.
Up.
Currently plays in the Chinese league. He was the pioneer of the Chinese league moves back in the
Mm.
day.
Yeah, I thought he was back in Brazil.
No, not yet. I know this is his last year. He's 33 though, so I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd want that.
Yeah, if you're 32 plus, man,
Like, you have to be really good.
you gotta be that next tier of player, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to talk about one last topic in today's video. Uh, so there has been some stuff going around that apparently it's not out of the realm of possibility that Jordan Morris could be a DP player next year. Everyone was going crazy about it when that news kind of was circulating around the social medias. I thought, let's talk about it in this live. This will be posted as its own video as well. This is not like false stuff. This is like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Sounders might make it happen next season. Brody, I'll let you get started with it first. Jordan
I mean, if
Morris, designated player.
yeah, I mean, if this happens, it's an absolute failure. It's an absolute failure of a window. If this happens, man. I mean, we've been all talking about this window, what it means to us, how this is probably the biggest window in our club's history, and to squander it away like that would be really disappointing, man. And there's not much else to say. Just a lack of ambition, a lack of wanting to win from the owner. If that's what you're resorting to do instead of shelling out money to go get a big guy to go try and make some noise in a tournament like this, it just show. I mean, it would just that would just be like the cherry on top of how far we've fallen in terms of you know making big signings like that to put Jordan Morris as your DP, man. That would be brutal.
Yeah, I mean, last year Jordan Morris put up his best year in a Sounders shirt. I mean, it's not saying like that much because Morris has never had like a kind of the players we were just talking about, a Cucho Hernandez, a Buanga, a Christian Ramirez type season in MLS. I mean, his best season was 14, 15 goals across all comps. And for a striker, that's fine. But for a now 30-year-old plus 2 bad knees striker, it's good. Don't get me wrong. But we all know it's not going to get that much better. If in 10 years Jordan Morris has hit the same amount of goals as he did in his first year, that means the graph is going up and down and it's just kind of back to baseline.
Yep.
And the fact that this is even being considered is it's the crazy part to me. I mean, obviously we don't know the exact ins and outs to it, but
Well, I think
my
yeah, I mean, we can never know exactly what's going on, but I think it's because of the way that the DP slot hits the salary cap. Because if Jordan was on a DP, his salary would hit, I'm pretty sure, significantly less. But it's just annoying because we put ourselves in that position with what we signed him to, with the length of the contract. And again, it's another example of just settling for, being a win a playoff series or two type team, not actually be a trophy favorite. I mean, it would be very disappointing and yeah, like you said, the fact that it's even considered, it's just I'm at a loss for words at this point. It's not. I mean, we all know what it is. We all know what kind of a travesty this would be. It's hard to say anything more than that.
Yeah, I mean, this window was supposed to be made out to be everyone was like, I mean, I was already talking about it. I was like, each window that passed, I was like, dude, this is not good from us. This is like bad. Like, obviously, I was going to the extreme, and people like, don't worry, Sean. Like, it will get better. Wait till that window before the Club World Cup. It'll be okay. But so far, again, it's not over, and we still have about a month-ish away before our first game of the season. But it's like you're seeing players like Areola being rumored, Jesus Ferreira, Jordan Morris being on a DP deal, possibly Rusnak grabbing Weibel by the balls, and he's the one who gets to demand what contract salary he's getting in a new DP deal. It's just like, this is not what we were hoping for. It was steering in the right direction when you already are dropping one DP and Rui Diaz. That's great. You could have had another opportunity to open up another DP spot and letting Rusnak go. Then you have a really good open roster space to really tinker with the squad. But it's like Weibel always keeps complaining every single transfer window. Oh, we don't have space. We don't have much in the budget. We can't do it. And it makes sense. I understand what he's saying, but it's like, you're the guy that is making this the problem. If you're going to renew Christian Roldan and Jordan Morris on 5-6 year deals on the absolute brim contracts you can give them that wouldn't break that DP threshold, then obviously it's going to be tough to do that. You're going to give Nuhu a new deal when you could have maybe had some good offers from him after the AFCON, pocketing Salah, pocketing Mahrez shit, but you weren't smart with that. You renew all these players, then you bring in dud players like Eber and Musovski and Nathan that have not provided anything for us, and you're just like, okay, well, no wonder why we don't have any money, because you're spending it all in the wrong places. You're putting in the wrong players. You're renewing players that the writing is on the wall for them, where it's so obvious that it's not going to get that much better. You have good offers coming in for Liao Chu. You don't take those offers. Now he's not really worth anything. You'd be lucky to get anything close to what teams were offering last year for him. It's just like it's bad business. Like we're thinking not with our heads screwed on straight. It's like backwards.
Yeah, it would just really be the cherry on the top of just all of them. Like you could go and sit down and list all of the bad, like questionable moves that Weibel has made, and then like you said, like we were both saying actually, the result of you having or potentially even doing this is a result of your own contract extensions, the own moves that you make to have to be like, oh, well, we could use this DP slot here because it would save a lot against the cap, and then wouldn't be able to bring in a top superstar level player. It's like you said. I mean, ever since we've gotten Weibel, it's just been horrific, and this would be the cherry on top, man.
When you look at teams like Charlotte, they're going in for Wilfred Zaha and Miguel Almiron. You're seeing Atlanta, who have been kind of just like a very turbulent team in the last couple of years since they've won MLS Cup, going in for like Bergwijn, players from Celtic, like putting up big numbers. Yes, they're not like getting those offers accepted, but they're throwing out 10, 15 mil. Like we would go crazy if we even hear that Sounders were thinking about throwing up 10 mil for a player. Like, we used to do that 10 years ago. And how are we not even doing anything close to that now? That's the astonishing part. I mean, we're even seeing the San Jose Earthquakes going in for Brandon Vasquez. Like, we're not going for a player at all at that level. Like, Ariola, Ferreira are like, they're fine. They're okay. But it's like the thing is, the problem I have with it is because you've waited so long. You've bigged up this transfer window. You've made us all wait. And the fact that you're kind of like getting like Ariola is just like a Kellen Rowe 2.0 signing. Ferreira is okay. It's good, but it's like, it's not the first big signing you want to make after all this time. And potentially the only big sign you might be making this window, what fans were wanting.
Yeah. We're going the route of trying to build, and I understand, to try and build the most complete, well-rounded team, but I don't see us getting over the hump without like a truly game-changing player or two. Because, and like I said, the last MLS Cup we won came through the likes of Ladero, Prime, Rui Diaz. We just don't have those guys, and I get wanting to build a complete team, but you have to have a true game changer, man. You have to have that, in my opinion, to win MLS Cup. You have to have a true game changer.
And the thing is, too, it's not even just that. And it's not just the Rui Diaz's, the Laderos. Like, I agree. I think Ariola and Ferrer are good complementary pieces. But it's like looking at the team's track record, what more money are you going to have if you bring in Ariola, Ferreira, you give Rusnak a DP deal? Like,
that's
what much more?
That's the whole point. That's the whole point of the Jordan Morris potential DP, is that's where that slot goes. Ferreira and Ariola are the marquee signings. That's what it would be if we give Morris the DP. It would be Ferreira, Ariola, and then maybe another signing. That's still not like the caliber of signing that this team needs to.
Like back in 2019, to add to the point I was talking about, is it's not just Ladero Rui Diaz. We had Victor Rodriguez, a really good Spanish winger for MLS. We had Jovan Jones, Kelvin Leardom, arguably some of the best outside backs in the league at the time. Kim Ki-hee, Roman Torres, a guy in Kim Ki-hee that was a successful player in South Korea. Roman Torres, who's the captain of Panama.
Yeah.
Like, we have some of those small pieces here and there, but it's like there's these gaping holes that we need to work on. We're like a dull pencil right now. Yes, of course, if we're going to keep stabbing at it with starting Morris and Rusnak, every once in a while, it will penetrate past the wall. It will break through the plastic. But if it's a fine-tuned pencil that is sharp, when you have well-rounded pieces to make it into a sharp pencil, it's always going to hit every single time on a more consistent basis. But when you have a dull pencil with dull attackers like our offense is right now, yeah, every once in a while, Morris might score the odd goal against LAFC. Rusnak might get that odd hat trick when a center back goes in the goalkeeping position. But it's like, it's not a sharp pencil that will always do that on a consistent basis that you know you can rely upon in the big games to help you win trophies and do that. That is what our offense is. A dull pencil compared to a sharp pencil with the likes of the LA Galaxy, the Columbus Crew, LAFC, all these teams that have just won MLS Cup in the last 3 years. They have consistent attackers, a well-rounded attack with multiple pieces that can help you score goals. LAFC, you had Bale, you had Buanga, you had Vela. For Columbus Crew, you had Cucho, you had Ramirez, you had Rossi. For LA Galaxy, you had Paintsel, you had Peck, you had Joveljic, you had Puig. We don't have even one of those type of guys on this team. And we're about to make a guy who most people would just say he just should maybe be sold. We're about to give him a contract that Messi can hold up to. You can get the likes of Messi in a DP deal, and you
You
can
can
get
get
the lows
anybody in the
of
world on a DP deal. And
anybody.
yeah. You could DP just you they hit the cap at a fixed amount, but you could pay them whatever. You could pay them whatever you'd like. They'd hit the cap at a certain amount. We're using that spot on Jordan Morris, man. Like
And the thing is we're not letting go of players to be able to give us that opportunity to make these, to give ourselves, put ourselves in the mix. If we had 2 free DP spots, let's say we use one DP spot this window. Let's just say, playing theoretical here. We use up one DP spot. We bring in your boy, what was his name? The Nigerian striker.
Big Tolu.
We bring in Tolu as our striker. We save that other DP spot for the end of the European window. Griezmann's like, hey, I want to come to MLS. I made my decision. It was super cool. I played in the Club World Cup. Seattle had great fans. But if we don't have a DP spot, we can't go in for him. We don't have the option. But let's say we do, we can go tooth and nail and fight the likes of LAFC to bring in a guy like Griezmann. But every single time a big player has wanted to come into this league, or there's an opportunity to bring in a good piece, I'm not saying a big player, but like a good player in the Belgian league, a good player in the Eredivisie, a good player in wherever, to be able to get him in, we don't have any space to do it because we're renewing the Christian Roldans, the Jordan Morrises, the New Who's, the whoever it may be, the Josh Atencios to a U22 deal, Liao Chu, we don't sell him. Like, we're constraining ourselves, and that's what's fucking us over, is our own self, and that comes down to Craig.
Yeah. I really wish we could get some sort of like salary cap, MLS salary cap budget analyst that would like we could have on and just ask them like what does this like how good of a move is this actually to put Jordan on a DP? Like what are the full benefits to even
If
doing
there is any.
this?
If there is.
Yeah. It would just be interesting to get a breakdown of that. And like also if we had him, let's say we put him on a DP deal, if there's an opportunity to get like I don't know, a Griezmann or somebody, like are we able to just retract that? See, I don't know how those things work. That's why I would be interested to talk to like an expert on that because it just seems for some reason it just seems like you can just take it, like give it out, take it back, give out the DP status, take it back. I don't know how all that works, man.
But either way, you don't need an expert to know this isn't the right move. Any of the moves,
You
we're
don't need an expert to
renewing
know to
Rusnak
look
on
at
a
this
DP,
team. And
renewing
yeah,
Jordan Morris on a DP, like, that's just not the right moves. You don't need to be an expert or an
yeah,
analyst to know that.
yeah. No, exactly. From that standpoint, yes, no, you don't have to be an expert to know that renewing a guy on the wrong, two guys on the wrong side of 30 to those kind of deals. No, absolutely not. Don't have to be an expert to know that's not what winning franchises do.
Well, boys and girls, that's going to be the end of the live stream. I see you guys are all still talking about your uh, wish lists and whatnot. If you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button on this stream. If you're watching this as a video post live, comment down below your thoughts on players you want to see the Sounders bringing. What's on your Christmas wish list? What are your thoughts on the Jordan Morris DP deal? We're going to probably clip this part and put it as its own video. Let me know in the comments down below. Boys and girls, don't forget as well, everybody, it's on stream right now. We started our official YouTube membership program where if you guys join, you get the option to pick out like these emojis I build of like Schmetzer, Della Vega, Fry, and you get like this cool little star badge next to your name so we know that you're a member. And you get exclusive early uploads, exclusive access to some of our content. So go check that out. Literally, all you got to do, I'll literally pull it up for you guys, for everyone on the stream. Give it a go and see how it goes. Because I think it's a pretty cool thing that YouTube has started. And I thought, you know what, we need to hop on to it because I think the perks are a lot better than compared to with Patreon. So let's go here and then let's show you guys this quickly. Shoot, that's still Oscar. So if you guys click the join right here, look at that. Look at this. And then as more and more people join the membership, we can add more people in the emojis. So the more, and then you guys can request who you guys want. I've just put Pedro, Fry, and Schmetz. Maybe Weibel needs one. So when we're shitting on Weibel, we can all put Weibel emojis in the chat. So guys, give that a go. Give it a try. Let me know your thoughts. You get exclusive access to it if you join as one of our members here on YouTube. But yeah, that's going to be the end of today's stream. Yeah, I see you guys are still saying don't leave, don't end it. I apologize. We got to do Christmas Eve, guys. I hope you all get the gifts that you want for Christmas. And boys and girls, I hope you'll have a lovely day.